Alright, are we live now? I think we are. Yeah, so there is some delay on this. And I think the players are currently in top 4, so we have to wait around and wait for them to finish. How is everyone doing? Let's see. So while we're waiting, we can open packs. I've only opened one 10 pack on my English account. Oh, we can look at 2 games today, right? Normally when I play, we have 2 games. We play with JP and Eat Global account at the same time. Hey Kelvin. So we can watch 2 games. We have 2. Yeah. So the clans that are remaining, we've got Team I, and they're running Kaguru, Shadows, and Nova. I've got Simps for Wonsun, who's running Kaguru, Royal Paladin, and Spike Brothers. I've got Team AKA, and they're running Oracle Think Tank, Great Nature, and Pale Moon. And we've got the last team, Pekko G Friend, which is running Spike Brothers, Aquaforce, and MLB. So it's pretty interesting lists we have, a lot of diversity. And yeah, it should be pretty good. So while we're waiting, that HoloLive collab. Yeah, no, that's hype, right? that's how you get popular, get more people watching, getting into your game. Let me double check how everyone is going. I think they just started recently. There was a bit of a hold up where we had to do an extra round just because there were some tiebreaker things to determine top 8. But yeah, that's what it's been so far. Maybe just open packs. Open packs while we're waiting. We can play some games. Can you guys hear all the sound? Is everything going fine? Actually, I think I turned off the hang on. Let me turn on the sound a bit. I wonder if they'll clash too much, actually. Yeah. Okay. Back to streaming mode. Alrighty. So, while we're waiting, crack packs. Gotcha. Alright. Yeah, so I only cracked one 10 pack so far. And I got a Maelstrom. So that's okay. But let's see what else I got. Basically, the next set is the big one, because you want to get the Gold Paladin stuff. Alright, let's see. Alright, gold. Oh. That sucks. Only gold. You need to focus on, like, not getting Maelstroms here is fine, because there's so many Maelstroms coming out, right? There's, like, you got it for the rank reward, and then when you open Break Ride stuff, there's a lot as well. Gotcha while waiting. That's correct. But so far, my gotcha has been terrible. Wow. Feels bad, man. All these golds, no triple Rs. I think I'm like not too fussed though. I built Great Nature and all that on the JP server. So this one I'm getting the. I don't really care about Aquaforce as well because I built that in JP as well. So yeah, seems fine. Oh, I'm nearly fully gemmed up. My stamina. I didn't use my stamina. Oh well, I'll finish this off. Every time is gotcha time. I like focusing on JP this season because I want to get the Ashley ultimate art. Really, man? lame gold. I'm getting punished for gotching, man. Right now, Global is in a pretty good... like, there's so many good rewards for Global. They gave Global a lot of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. Ooh, good times. Good times. We'll open that one last. Hey? Man, I cracked so many Pacificas, man. Pacific... I think in JP I have, like, nearly all the Pacificas. Except the original one. The original Pacifica I'm missing. That looks pretty good, but otherwise, it's not great, these pulls, but Aphrodite, okay, cool. Alrighty, so where is everyone? Let me check the brackets. So in Swiss, unfortunately for Swiss, the 5-0 team, the 5-0 Morikawa team, died in the first round of top 8. It's unlucky. It's the top 8 curse. So far, they're still in the game. Still in the games. No results yet. It's because Emmy is on screen. Should have took her off. Emmy's giving the bad lucks. I didn't really see that much reason to pull that many all the packs this time, because I do have all the old good stuff, so didn't really need it. But I've been having a lot of fun with the new Jewel Knights. The new Jewel Knights are really cool. Because, like, I remember back then, like, Jewel Knights are kind of meh. But in Zero, they're at least kind of fun to play. So, they're getting their time to shine. It wasn't Angel Feather. Yeah, so I pulled Maelstrom. Yeah, this is the only... I think this is the only triple R I pulled. There was something else. I think I pulled one more. But, wasn't in any of these. Wasn't Pale Moon either. I can't remember now. It was Bermuda Triangle, that's right. Pacifica. There she is. There she is. Maybe we can play a game of... Oh, okay, so we have some results. Pekko G-Fred made it through. So that is Spike Brothers, Aquaforce, and MLB. And we're just waiting for the last game between I and Sims for Wonson to finish. So they're either going to play against... Pekko is either going to play against Kagura, Shadows, and Nova, or Kagura's Royal Paladin and Spike Brothers. No Dimension Police. No Dimension Police, unfortunately. I think Dimension Police is like... It's not that strong, right? I remember back when we played this in the JP format, it was... I feel like it's a bit too slow. And it's kind of like a limit break MLB. I mean, it gets like crit. You can superior ride quick, but there's like a lot of minuses associated with it. So, I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of Dimension Police. Maybe Zeal is cool, but I think Zeal's longevity doesn't last as long. I think it lasts like probably next set. Then the big guns come out. You got the Glories. You got the full powered Ezels, just wrecking face. Even Dungaree is really strong as well. So Zeal might be cool now. It's like it's kind of neat, I guess. That's what you call it. Kind of neat now, but in the future, not as amazing. Yeah, it's kind of high roll. It's kind of high roll. I don't like how you don't really get much advantage, because in Vanguard Zero, a lot of your games are decided by how well you draw your nulls, and the best card in Dimension Police is pretty much Mika, right? Which is like a counterblast 2 on hit draw, which is kind of funny. That's in my opinion one of the best cards in Dimension Police. But you really don't have that many other ways to get what you want, so it feels bad. Like compared to other clans, like Maelstrom, you have your Penguin, and you had your Maelstrom, I guess. So there's still at least an extra way for you to get what you need. Ezel like super compression as well. So it looks like I made it through. So the finals is between Team I and Team Peko G-Friend. And it will be a best of 3. So I think what we'll be watching, players B and C. And let me ask them to get me the room codes, okay? Oh, maybe I have to hide it while I put in the room codes. Yes, finals. The final match that we're gonna stream today is best of 3. And Zeal, yeah, Zeal. I think I said it before. It's like kind of good now because you have removal, but later on when Ezel just floods the board for free, and everyone else has slightly more high power decks, it becomes less cool. Okay, so actually, we'll let chat decide this one. Do you want to watch Nova Grapplers versus MLB or Spike Brothers versus Kagero? Yeah, we're just setting up the final match, so it'll happen soon. Brr. So I think one of the teams has been watching a lot of VTubers, right? Pecora VTuber. Representing the Pecoland. Calm pickle. Okay, so I'm gonna put in the codes. Maybe I need to turn it off. Yes, so. Oh. Shouldn't probably have said that, but Kai Pickerson. Yes, Pecora is my favorite VTuber. Alright, we're just waiting for the plays now. I think we're just waiting for, I think it's player C. Yeah, we're just waiting for the players to get in the game. Unfortunately, we have a slightly more ghetto setup this time. Overall, there were 24 teams that joined this team tournament. So, it's pretty good. Oh. Where'd you get that Aichi stand? I got it. I took it from Andy's shop, but I think he. Oh, I can't remember where he got it. It was like a long time ago, but I think it was from. Was it from a convention? But yeah, long story short is I took it from Andy, and then Andy got it from somewhere else. But it's actually signed by Aichi's voice actor when he came over, so. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it was brought by Andy to get signed, but I forgot where he originally got it. Do you remember? Hang on. Looks like there's some slight confusion about the rooms. Oh, from Bushiroad, from the Spring Fest, was it? Sounds about right. Okay, should be getting ready now. Should be all the confusions are sorted. Okay, so I think we're pretty much... Okay, looks like we're in. We are in. Good afternoon, good afternoon. There is some delay on the stream, by the way. Just added just in case, but I'm pretty sure with the tournament mode, everything should be better. So we will be watching Aquaforce versus hang on. Okay, let's start. We'll see very soon. Kusa. I like how Kusa has become English vocab pretty much now. because of VTuber. Alright, so we've got Shadows versus Aquaforce, and we have MLB versus Rises, Nova Grappler, and we are looking at the viewpoints of Team Peko G Friend. So it's a best of 3. We have to make it interesting, right? So hang on. We can put in all the oh, we don't want the heel cut. The heel cutting is so annoying. Do you want the special effects? Yeah, okay, special effects. There we go. Yes, we are watching both. Alright, the Shadow Paladin seems to have gotten a good start. He's gotten his ride chain going. Meanwhile, Aquaforce is running the Eric starter. I think a lot of people were not running the Grade 3 Searcher in the beginning of the first Aquaforce set release. But later on, they all started putting it in just to get Diamantes and Glory. But right now, you don't have Glory, so it's... I think there's a lot more available opportunities you can run, like other cards other starters you can run instead. Meanwhile, MLB versus Rise is pretty standard. The Blaster Dart goes to Damage Zone though, so it's a bit unfortunate. So yeah, I'm not sure if you guys want to watch it like this kind of. One side we've got the virtual mode, the other one we've got the overview. So interesting. Starcall Trumpeter is being rode. Lazarus is being rode as well on the other side. 10k swings, that's pretty good. Aquaforce decides to use his Grade 3 Searcher here, but looks like it misses. So that's not good. Maybe he doesn't have great... The one thing I really dislike about Aquaforce is if you don't ride your Maelstrom, you basically suffer. I guess that really applies to a lot of other... Basically every single other clan as well, but if you ride Naval Gazer, you feel bad, and then you have to run Diamantes. So Diamantes is also like... It's a great card, you need it, but you also don't want it at the same time. Alright, Blaster Dart, let's see, he rides Phantom Blaster Dragon. So it looks like Shadows is going to have a pretty good game. If he gets Overlord soon, then he's going to have a good time. The cross rides against Aquaforce is just pretty decent. The Diamantes stop hitting. They can't get that many attacks unless they don't want to use Maelstrom's effect. So that's a big game changer there. But Aquaforce does get a heal now, so he stays at 1. He'll probably go to 2. Unless that thing doesn't hit. Doesn't trigger anything here. Oh, triggers a heal. Wow, okay. Things are looking good for Shadows. Opponent on 2, he's on 0. On the side of MLB versus Rise. This is going to be a very swingy game, by the way. Like, Rises get crit. It's basically MLB Light. MLB gets crit, of course. It's not MLB Light, it's just MLB, but it did get nerfed. It did get nerfed, so it's not as... you could say it's MLB Light? MLB going up to 3, though. So, that's unfortunate, and we can see Aquaforce as well. riding Hydro Hurricane Dragon. That's not the best ride that you want to do. Yeah, it's usually I think usually you run a one-off, but I think I saw like 2 Hydro Hurricanes, so maybe he doesn't have a full deck yet for Aqua. It basically just got released like a week ago. Alright, so MLB, getting his MLB, he's gotten enough counter blast to just do Starcall Trumpeter. It looks like he can probably go off this turn. Thankfully for him, Rises all run a bunch of 8k grade 2s as well, so he can put to work his Trumpeter. Hydro Hurricane triggering a draw. There's a big damage difference here. Double draw. Wow. It's pretty slick. Pretty slick. So Starcall, basically something goes in the 8k, Blaster Blade goes in, and then slam him and hit him up to 4 is basically the game plan here. If he gets a heal as well as MLB, he's just in a great position. Meanwhile, it's looking okay. Well, maybe not okay now for Aquaforce. We actually don't know how well the last game is going. That can be a surprise. There's a gigantic 2k attacker, right? A 12k attacker, right? And then using Overlord's skill to retire a booster. Well, not a booster. Hang on. What was just retired? You can view the log. I think it was view log, right? Retire the Diamantes. Pretty big deal, but at the same time, he's 13k, so he's denying the 4th attack, but unfortunately, Aquaforce does not have the Maelstrom, so it's just making everything bad. I think this Shadow's going to town here. The problem is, Shadow's hand is looking very, very low. And on the other side, other developments, we have Nova's hitting up to 4. You can hit up to 4, but no heal from the Royal side, which is fair. But now the Rises are becoming perfect Risers out, 23Ks with a crit, and it's just gonna basically both plays are just gonna start trading Null Guards from their hand as well. And this is like a recent buff to 11k, the the Cosmo Lord. Ouch! And it looks like no Null Guard on the side of Aquaforce, just eating that crit. So not looking great at all. He could Novas can go for lethal here, and in a way there's like no reason why they won't, but it kind of opens him up for a play where opponent the MLB can play the Blaster Blade. So we're gonna see the main point on the Nova side is if he's gonna damage deny or not. Here on Aquas, I think he's just gonna go all in. Unfortunately, he's probably gonna go for a field retire. Yeah, he's got enough counterblast for a field retire. So go for the field retire and pray that his opponent cannot put in too much work to. Well, he can. He can basically, as long as he plays down 2 cards, he can probably get rid of those intercepts. So the 10k intercept will be kind of annoying. So we'll see what's happening there. Here, yeah. So he actually Nova does give the second damage. So it's opening up to Blaster Blade play. So what can happen now is MLB side, MLB swings in to get rid of Null, then MLB can commit like 2 columns to do 2 more damage and kind of hit another Null or get another lethal attack there. So that's what that second counterblast opens up. Hydro Hurricane going off for a full retire. So cool times, and yes, the key will be seeing if he can get rid of the Lazarus, and I think it should be pretty easy. Because he can even just Vanguard swing into the Lazarus and not feel too bad. The 10k Vanguard base, kind of annoying as well. Unfortunately, it looks like MLB couldn't develop a full field of stuff that you usually need to kind of do that play. Maybe he just doesn't even have a Blaster Blade as well. One thing with MLB is that this is the time when they're the weakest, right? The hand is low, they probably don't have that many Null Guards, and it's quite possible they can just die. Because he's got none of his filters out. He didn't use his grade 3. Like, what you can do, well, I guess, yeah, what you can do is you can try and dig for like a Ganslot search for the Blaster Blade, kind of thin your deck out by 1, but does use one counterblast, you might want to be saving that up because you might be expecting him not get any more counterblasts for the rest of the game until the swing for lethal. Ooh, okay, so Overlord drops his hand. I forgot that he can actually retire, so yeah, retire. You can just retire the 10k if you want to. Goes in for lethal, and unfortunately the Aquaforce play ends. So that is currently 1-0 in favor of Shadows. And let's go to the second game. I mean, it is a best of 3, so Aquaforce can come back. Let's go back to just make it all even. I think it doesn't really matter because of the tournament. Let's go. Okay, so we can go in now. Let's watch the second game: Shadows versus Aqua. Or maybe we should swap because maybe it's like, you know, the cast is unluckiness. One thing with Aquaforce is that it's just one gripe I always have with Aquaforce is that it feels like you're set in the kind of one way to play kind of things. On the other side, we have Nova swinging for the kill, and no heal. So it looks like MLB is done. Unfortunate. So both of the Pekko players down one game. Do we want to swap? Do we want to swap sides, make it equal? Oh, what happened to the opponent? All right, cool. We'll stick on MLB. Everyone loves MLB, right? So once again, Shadows have ridden his Blasted Javelin, and good times, good times. Aquaforce rides the 8k vanilla as well. So okay. Nothing too crazy here. Puts the starter on the side. Might indicate he wants to go a bit more aggressive, maybe? Or just fulfills the slot as like as a booster. Smile at me taking his time preparing. Oh, something happened with the opponent. All right, back to the Aquaforce. So, Shadows develops his Nemain in the back. One Hydro Hurricane out as well for Aquaforce. Now let's see what kind of how Aquaforce wants to play this. 10k base for the Blasted Arc, which is pretty annoying. You do run like Lazarus for sure, but you still have like a lot of your cards, because you run so many damage increases as Aquaforce. You got a bunch of 8ks, a bunch of 6ks, so they feel kind of bad. Oh, he puts down what's the name, but it's like the hand filter. Alright, let's jump into the other game too. Cynthia is the name. So it's on hit hand filter. Discard one, draw one. Yeah, it looks like his opponent thought it was the best of one. But don't forget, finals is best of 3. So, 2-line here from the Aquaforce, which is pretty interesting. Will he use PBD's skill? He's been able to get a Bob Carr here, which is basically an indication that he can. Because when you get a Bob Carr, you technically can do that to get some tempo. But does he want to keep him out of limit break range? That's the interesting. He runs Apocalypse Bat in his Shadow Paladin build, which is pretty interesting. There's not That is not a card you regularly see. No effect used for the shadows, which is fine. Basically save the CB for Overlord. Oh, he runs crits. He runs crits in this deck. Okay. Okay, he doesn't need to use a skill to get a crit. Kind of throws a red. He goes straight up to Limit Break. So that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. On the MLB vs Nova side, simple game. Rides a Blaster Dark, which is really interesting. Hopefully he has another one. Blaster Dark is one of the more harder cards. Doesn't use the grade 3's effect, grade 3 searches effect, so we basically think he's probably got the MLB in hand. Aqua Force going off now. He's got his Maelstrom. Doesn't even need a damage increaser right now. So you can start doing the swaps. Uses his grade 3 search and misses again. Wow. That is really unfortunate. Like the grade 3 searches in Vanguard Zero is like technically buffed because you run so many grade 3s anyway, right? So missing like that it just feels bad. It feels really, really bad. He probably needed that to search like a Diamantes, because next turn we can probably expect that Basil to just disappear. Lazarus going for the sides, 16 to face. And then the great thing about Maelstrom is that it hits like a truck. So this guy is still going to hit anyway. Get a retire, get a draw. Holy retire though is the thing. Maybe the full bow? Ooh, gets that heal. That heal is delicious. All right, he goes down to 3 next turn. So that's that basically makes him just a bit safer. Opponent had a null, so that's fine. We also see another aggressive opening from the Nova side on the other game. Opens up 2 lines as well. And 2 nulls disappearing for MLB. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. He actually retires the grade 3, the Overlord, on the Shadow Paladin side, which is pretty interesting. Well, I don't really agree with that, I guess, but if he wants to just leave low quality cards on his opponent's side of field, I guess that's okay. PBO comes down for the cross ride, 13k, and then MLB is popping off as well. Got his MLB. He's now going to probably get a Blaster Dark. Oh, Blaster Blade. Okay. Alright. And Dark. Yep, there we go. And now to... Ooh, it's got a Juicy Trans Riser target. While on the other side we see the Bob Car Feeder. What is going on here, man? That is the worst calls you can get, right? It's like Bob Car into a Bob Car is sometimes okay if you have like no field, but then did he get like how many Bob Cars did he get? And then he gets a null to top it off. Oh, that is I mean LB hits his opponent to 4. Nice juicy trans riser target as the Vanguard. So yeah, it's like all his heal's gone, and then he loses a PG as well. Oh dude, it's like the absolute opposite from the last game. Can he? From the quickness of those drive checks, we can expect that he doesn't have another PBO in hand. But he gets a double draw. Wow, it's like all his triggers gone. Like in one turn, he's 6. Yeah, he's only got 1 trigger left in his deck. Shadows. It's like 4 heals, 6 draws, and 2 crits gone. I think it's quite good on your inside Aquaforce. As long as he's got stuff to drop down, he can probably just win. Like he doesn't even need 4 attacks at this point. Kind of a shifty column there. There's not even a null in Shadow's player's hand. So that was a big rip, man. That was a big rip. Ilios super unlucky. I don't know what to say, right? Like back to the other game, LMV versus Nova. We have rises, developed his perfect riser. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's got the crit. It's going face. Does MLB have a null in his hand? A lot of players do mull away their nulls to get the combo opening, but technically I don't agree with that. But they do. So at some points you have a very weak MLB, and that is actually a lethal attack. That is actually a lethal attack. So draw, and does he get his compressed null? Heal. Ooh, okay. That is a quick L for the MLB player. Unlucky. Looks like one win chalked up for the Team I, and then not sure how the last game is going. We will check that out. Let me move this in now. We don't need to see that anymore. This is the focus. This is the focus. The last game, 1-1, Shadows versus Aquaforce. New deck, new tier 1 deck versus old tier 1 deck, I guess. Currently, I is at least on a one game lead, and unfortunately, just the crazy unluckiness of Shadow Paladin's last game, where he just got all this, he bob card into bob card into bob card, right, and then into a null card. So again, Shadows opens the Master Javelin, which is nice. It's great, and gets a draw, a defensive draw, adding more cards to hand, which is good. It's good. More cards is always good. And just, yeah, Nova's quite strong. One summer championship, did well today as well. So let's see can the team. Ooh, another draw triggered from the Aqua side. So looking pretty decent. I drew my heal with the 4th damage roll. That is always a pain, man. That's feels bad, bro. Again, expected a Blaster Dart comes down, and very Shadow Paladin doing Shadow Paladin things. Even 4 bob cards is a very Shadow Paladin thing too. I'm interested in, like, how many Apocalypse Bat is he running? Wow. Aquaforce's triggers have been insane. Basically, every single trigger, damage check, trigger check, has been a draw trigger, right? This guy's hand is full, and he went first. It's rides Maelstrom, gets his good ride target, going well. Does he have, like, if he has like two damage increases, actually gets his grade 3 search off this time as well. Last 2 games, he's been missing. But yeah, can he damage increase twice? Get like get a draw off here as well. This will be pretty insane. Even triggering heal as well. He's boosting his. He might not have it. It seems. Oh no, there's 1 damage increaser. Okay, is another one coming out? Yes, there we go. There we go. But do we get a 4th attack? Yeah, there we go. Okay, he's doing it. He's going for it. So this is going to be a pretty nice play on the side of Aqua. Probably going to hit his opponent up to maybe 3 or 4. Don't have to damage deny much against Shadows because Shadows doesn't have Limit Break. So don't have to worry about that. Empty swing here, then a 16 in. And then lastly, we have our Fat Truck swinging as well. Gets a damage check here. So maybe... actually, no. It still hits. It still hits. Because, yes, Maelstrom does hit like a truck. It's like a 5 and then a 3, right? So, going straight up to 4. No triggers now, because he's gotten a lot of triggers already. But this rush from Aquaforce is actually pretty strong. He's going to go back down to 2 damage. And then, yeah, with a nice front intercept setup, I think Aquaforce is in a pretty strong position here. Lots of counterblast for Shadows to use though, so that's okay. That's okay. But what does he ride? Is he going to go to Overlord or is he going to go into Dragon? So rides the Dragon. Will we see a bunch of Bob cards pop out as well? Or He's got a lot of hand too. So goes the main. Lots of counterblast to use. I wonder if he wants to use Phantom Blast and Dragon Effect here, just to kind of catch up in damage, get some tempo, get rid of the Lazarus. Bob Carr, okay, a Javelin this time. He puts it there though. What is his? I think it might not be bad to use Dragon Skill. Yeah, so he does use it. Pop the Lazarus and then get some gains. If member Hololive is in Vanguard. Oh, ooh, that's a 12k. This is interesting. This is not the standard Shadow Paladin deck I think we're used to see. So he can push out a Null Guard here, or push his opponent up to 5, which is pretty decent. Oh no, you guys are doing. Oh. They're doing the. It's like if Hololive members were like Pokemon elements, but now they're gonna give them clan names. Oh dear. That's not... Sakura Miko is not Oracle Think Tank or Genesis. It has to be a fire clan, because she burns down her house all the time. A Null Guard is triggered out from Aquaforce's hand. Does he have one more damage increaser? If he does, then another sweet turn. But if he doesn't, then unlucky. He's thinking. Maybe he doesn't have it. Or he's thinking the correct plays. There's probably gonna... yeah, at max 2 attacks to Vanguard here. But that 12k is probably doing some work. Alright. Or maybe not. Uses Diamante's effect. By the way, don't forget to use Diamante's effect, boys. Oh, okay. 2 grade 3s come down. That means no intercepts. That's kind of dangerous, I guess. Dangerous, but again, Shadows is like a 3 attack clan, so as long as he has a Null in hand, he is kind of safe. 11 goes into the domain, then this boost here kills the 12k, and then he can basically wipe the oh no, actually no, he doesn't have a damage increase. That's right, so he can't actually do the draw tie. That's actually that's you. But what? No triggers as well. Fair. Null comes out, so unfortunate. How many triggers are out? So 6 draw triggers are seen by us, but there's 4 heals that are not shown, and there is 2 nulls. Okay, so it is. Aquaforce might have one more null in his hand. I think we can safe to say that. Meanwhile, also triggers hasn't been seen on the Shadow side, but does Shadow have Overlord now? Can he ride up to Overlord? No Overlord ride, so that's kind of a tough time for Shadows. Basically, as long as that Diamantes is alive, you can basically get off 2 attacks on the Vanguard, which is pretty harsh. What he can do, he can use Phantom Blast or Dragon's Effect here, but he's going to start running out of cards. At least there's more Bob cards. But he's going to start running out of cards. And, yeah, that's not that good. It's not that good. Third is... He probably needs a booster to hit. Apocalypse Bat comes down on the Vanguard circle. We can't forget he also runs crits. He runs crits. So Shadow runs crits in this build. So you can randomly trigger off a null or get a random lethal attack. Oh, okay. He does use PBD's skill. That's interesting. Is he valuing killing off the Diamantes? Oh no. Kills the Maelstrom. Ooh. Okay. That's... I think I probably would have wanted to kill out the Diamantes, right? So he's going 12k first. Vanguard swings in here. He's given him Limit Break though, which is kind of scary. Because what he could have done is he could have threatened... He could have tried and got rid of a... Ooh, okay. No null in Urian's hand. So, comes down to this. Last... Oh, okay. So Shadows take Ilios wins, and I think that means Team I wins. Unfortunately, Team Pico G-Friend coming second. That is 2 losses. The MLB game lost, and then this one is also a loss. So I is confirmed the winner. Let's take a look at the last game. Let's see what happened. Last game, I think it was like Cargo versus Spike Brothers. But yeah, that was a great game on the both games. Two good games. We saw some nice trucks hitting each other with crits, and then we saw Shadows taking it home. Interesting Shadow deck versus Aqua Force, a new Aqua Force. So congratulations to Team I for coming in first. I'm still trying to find the last result. Yeah, no Pico Glory, unfortunate. But it's okay. There should be a Picora stream tonight, and we can all reminisce. Yes, so that is it. That is it for the final games of the tournament. I think in third place we have. Let me grab the standings. Here. Just kind of fit. Can you guys see this? Is this working? No, that looks awful. That looks awful. Yeah, okay. That's not gonna work. But here we can see, here's the winners. Pekko G-Friend, the team AKA was 3rd, and Sims for Wonson was 4th. I think the last game might still be going, actually. Might still be going. Just double checking. Yeah, not sure who won, unfortunately. But last game was between Spike Brothers versus Kaguru. So yeah. Yes, Onion Force didn't win. So I was actually one of the last. They scraped in. They were like 8th place, and scraped in, and then came first. So that's how top 8 works, right? That's how top 8 always works. Scrape in, come first, win. Okay, so I think that's it. That's it for the games. Congratulations to Team I for coming in first place, showing off Shadows, right? Nova Grapplers, and unfortunately didn't get to show off the Kagura. Wait, no. Sorry, that was they played Kagura, Shadows, Nova, yeah. So, thanks for coming. Unfortunately, they couldn't show off the Kagura on stream, but yeah, good job, and thanks for everyone for coming as well. Thanks for Pico G-Friend for joining, coming 2nd, and thanks for Team OK coming 3rd as well. I think message Rerab. All your details, he'll collect them, and we'll sort out those prizes for you guys. That was a pretty interesting tournament. We don't see that many team tournaments happen, so this was a pretty fun experience to see it happen in the Zero landscape, because we didn't even get Springfest this year, man. No Springfest, no BCS. Yeah, so I think, hey, one of the funniest things was everyone was like asleep. I think there's a lot of Americans joining, but yeah, a lot of people were asleep. So we had a bunch of teams going. We have 2 members, and my 3rd guy is asleep. So I don't know what to do. Opinion on Pale Moon Liquid. Pale Moon Liquid is quite strong. There was one Pale Moon deck that made it to top 4. I think Team AKA took that. They took Oracle, Great Nature, and Pale Moon, and Pale Moon does have a pretty good matchup against a lot of the decks in the meta. So except Norakami. So it's a great tournament deck, especially for teams, because you need to fill out those slots with good decks and good players. But on ranked ladder, I don't think it's as good, because it's too slow for ranked. You can basically play way more games with other decks than Pale Moon. So for tournament, it's good. For ranked, not so much. But there's a lot of other ways to build it as well. So it's definitely one of the strong decks to consider. So yeah, yeah, Yurin literally woke up on the very first round. Now, there was a lot of people going, "Oh man, we gotta win just both our games. We're gonna lose." But yeah, Yurin actually woke up just in time, and he went all the way. Basically, the whole team went all the way to the finals. So we almost had to play with two. That's right, and it happens. But you know, just carry, man. Just carry hard. So yeah, prizes. Again, go talk to her. We will be making a public Discord pretty soon for WCC, so do check that out. I think we might be remodeling our current tournament Discord, so stay put. We might be doing some changes, but yeah, public Discord for WCC coming right up, and yeah, hopefully we can get more tournaments running and get some more games. It's been Zero. Watching Zero is always funny. We get those super fun games where every single bad luck happens and you're sitting there going, at least it's not me. Right? Watching bad luck happen to other players is amazing. As long as you're not the one getting the madness. Okay, you're actually I to go to the toilet. There we go, guys. There we go. All the efforts out. Thank you guys for joining the tournament, alright? There won't be a tournament without you guys joining and participating and making all the good fun times happen, alright? So thank you guys for joining. It's fun hosting these tournaments for you guys, but it's definitely fun having you guys join and playing it out. Yeah, so yeah, that's the best thing. Toilet save, right? Toilet save. Best toilet save. So actually, if you woke up, he must be really, really grudgy for having to like play like probably like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, is it? So I think we start at 2, so yeah, it's around 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, but we'll get you your pack sorted. All right. I think we might end the stream there. Go check out our Discord. We'll put it in the description below. When this live thing becomes a video, which should be soon. And yeah, you can watch my terrible pulls at the beginning of the stream while we get everything sorted too. So yeah, thanks for coming, thanks for watching the stream, and we will see you guys next time. Next video, next time, next anything.